Welcome and thanks for joining me today on TLG Snippet Radio. Today I have a very special guest. It is my friend, colleague, and trusted client, Rob Peters, the founder of Standard of Trust. He has been in the forefront of discussion of relationship capital for over 10 years and is a globally recognized expert on the topic. He is a master of business development and has worked with large IT firms like IBM, CSC, and others. He is a visionary leader and very self-aware of personal growth and leadership needed for today, especially as related to relationship capital and culture. Thanks for joining me today, Rob.
Thanks, Ron.
Rob, you've been a long-time evangelist for relationship capital standards. How do you define it?
Well, we are now in a peer-to-peer networked world. That's obvious to most people. This requires every person, whether that's an employee, entrepreneur, partner, or supplier, to deliver on his or her commitments. Relationship capital, as we define it, is an open standard interaction process that accounts for individuals' made and kept commitments, as well as positive perceptions. For example, Ron McIntyre, you register for a relationship capital account. You begin to make commitments to your stakeholders, whether that's your coaching clients or your business partners, et cetera, et cetera. Every commitment you fulfill to another, they credit your relationship capital account. Think of Stephen M. R. Covey's emotional bank account. You complete a project and then you send a perception poll asking for feedback on the quality of your performance. And these RC or relationship capital perceptions are credited to your account. We now can capture and measure the quality of relationship capital being earned. This is particularly important in this increasingly virtual e-collaboration world. RC is at its core a trustworthiness index. That is why it is governed by open standards and not some proprietary or closed measurement that people do not understand or trust. The world of business and personal have fused, and it's transparent. We need transparent metrics that people will strive to earn. Relationship capital is an asset, either an appreciating asset or a depreciating asset. And it's a perfect bridge between the social organizing principle of the past 40 years, which has been money, and relationships, which is now the social organizing principle or currency.
Thanks for that, Rob. Now, tell us a little bit about Standard of Trust Group. What's your vision and mission?
Well, the Standard of Trust Group's mission is to free the energies of for-profit businesses by transforming these business cultures through purpose, performance, and relationship capital. The Standard of Trust team is comprised of star performers who have not only mastered certain technical capabilities, but have mastery of certain emotional intelligence competencies, such as influence, leadership, developing others, service orientation, their ability to adapt. They have a very strong achievement drive, and they're very strong confidence. We advise, coach, and train business leaders and their teams to assess, capture, measure, and utilize their relationship capital to distinguish themselves.
Excellent. Now, you recently published a book called Standard of Trust Leadership. What's the theme? What's the idea behind that book?
Well, leadership is no longer about wielding autocratic power. Standard of Trust leadership is about getting people to go on a journey with you. Leadership is about creating more leaders. The reason why this is important because you got to believe in your organization's higher purpose. The reality today, and look at the research, Gallup, Towers Perrin, you name it, 7 out of 10 employees are disengaged from the organization's mission. 2 are actively sabotaging their company. This is a careers crisis. This is a leadership crisis when 7 out of 10 employees are not flying out of bed every day to make a difference in creating a great client experience or in innovating. The recent research from Dov Seibin's company, LRN, in conjunction with the Boston Consulting Group, shows that 97%, that's right, 97% of current firms have a culture driven by coercion and carrots and sticks motivators. In this world of accelerating change and digitization, business organizations are flattening the hierarchy and need more risk-taking. Risk-taking leads to innovation. Innovation results in progress. And in order to start this journey, you need an abundance of something of great importance, and that's what we're about, trust, or what we call relationship capital trust.
Now, having read this book, I can totally identify with that last part, the emphasis on trust, and I totally agree with that. But who do you perceive as the targeted readers for your book and services? Who are the best candidates?
Well, it can really be anyone, but from my perspective, senior business leaders, people running businesses who are at the top of the mountain, entrepreneurs who are running businesses, whether they're small or medium-sized companies, as well as the professional who's waking up to the fact that they're really independent contractors who are W-2 paid. But the reality is they're independent contractors in this hyper-connected world. And to sustain and grow a for-profit business, leaders must proactively look after their stakeholders' interests. For example, just recently, the CEO of Target being let go for that data breach. They got to look within, not just within for risk, operational risk, but they also have to look outside. So the bar has been raised by the information-empowered client and customer, but I use the term stakeholder for a reason. It's not just the customer. It's going to start with the customer because that's who pays the bills, but it's the employees. It's the partners. It's the suppliers. It's the investors. It's the entire ecosystem. It's not enough to just deliver a great service or product competently. That is table stakes. How you and your team connects, how they collaborate, how they deepen loyalty, how they engender trust, this is now the key for long-term sustainable advantage.
Excellent. That's a excellent point that people should take advantage of right there. And now, people who want to find out more about Standard of Trust Group and your book, Standard of Trust Leadership, what do they need to do? How can they contact you?
Well, they can Google me, but it's very easy to find me. My website is standardoftrust.com. You can email me at rob.peters@standardoftrust.com. And my book, Standard of Trust Leadership, is available on amazon.com.
Well, thanks, Rob. Thanks for taking time to chat with me today. I encourage any of my listeners whose company may be struggling with culture and the idea of relationship capital to contact Rob today. Don't hesitate because the trust gap continues to grow every day. Again, his website is http://www.standardoftrust.com and his email is robpeters@standardoftrust.com. Thanks again, Rob, and have a good day.
Thanks, Ron.